And welcome back to episode 49 of The Hunt. Today is a bit of an emergency episode because we will be talking about IPF Worlds, which kicks off this Sunday at 11 p.m. in Australia, which is very exciting. And
it is exciting.
We were talking about how we were going to sit down and just do a bit of a preview for the entire competition and highlight, obviously, our favourite lifters, the Australian lifters, and, yeah, just basically give you guys our predictions. But yeah, we're not going to try and make this a very long episode because we know sometimes previews for competitions like this and nationals that can get a bit long-winded. So we're going to try and make it short, sharp, and exciting. And yeah, let's get this underway, guys. So with me today, obviously, is Jung and Jared.
Hello.
Jared's not going to press the button to say hello.
Oh, it's too far.
It's too far.
I'll press it when I talk more.
So our YouTube video viewers can just watch Jung and I talk.
Hey, I'll press
Every
it at
now
some
and then.
point.
What is going on?
All right, so we'll kick things off with the 47s. We'll basically just work our way up, chopping between female and male. So the 47s, we'll touch on the top four because they're all within about 43 kilos of each other. But out in first place, we have Tiffany Chapon. She's a 4-time world champion with a nominated total of 433, which I am pretty sure is below the record as in terms of the total, because the total's held by Jessica Espinal at 433.5. So she broke that in Malta at Junior Worlds last year. In second place, we have Heather Connor. So she's obviously a former world champion in the 47 class before Tiffany took her on. She's got a nominated total of 425, so 8 kilos behind Tiffany. And then in third place, Australia's very own Vicky, oh my goodness, Kinjal Manapon. I've said that.
Vicky
Vicky K. I've said that way better before.
We're sorry, Vicky.
I know, we're very sorry. I should have practiced that before starting this podcast. But she's got a nominated total of 499, and then 9 kilos behind her in fourth place, worth noting, is the Italian Annalisa Motta, who I think we've seen her compete before at 47. But anyway, that's our top four, worth noting. How do you guys see it? Any predictions? Jared, we'll start with you, mate.
Heather Connor actually looks really, really strong this year. Like, I think I saw a deadlift video the other day, 205 with a little bit of room.
Yeah.
So she looks like she might actually give Tiff a good run for her money this year, which will be pretty exciting. But obviously, I'm super excited to see Vicky finally, hopefully, get that podium spot at Open Worlds. I think she's good for it this year.
And what a turnaround after last year, bombing out on elbow depth. And her training looks phenomenal. So
it does. Yeah.
What about you, Jung?
I think the same. I think Tiff's still gonna have the win, but it'll be a good battle between Tiff and Heather. But Vicky's gonna come in hot, I reckon. She's looking good.
I think worth noting actually on Vicky, she posted I want to say it was a 417.5 training total the other week, peak, which is huge.
Massive.
That's so big.
Yeah, I think
so. She looks very good. Yeah,
similar to you guys. I think Tiffany's just too strong for everyone because we've seen her. I want to say 460.
She posted a squats the other day. And
460
so
total or something like ridiculous.
Yeah, wow.
So I think she should confidently walk away with it as long as she paces herself throughout the entire day. Like, she should walk away with the win. Heather obviously has second to defend from Vicky. Obviously, Vicky's best training total is just short of Heather's best published nominated total. So unless Heather dramatically misses 2 lifts of some sort, then I think Vicky could snipe her on her best day. But yeah, I think we're going to expect to see the squat record get broken, the bench record get broken, deadlift probably by Heather. But I think Heather currently holds the deadlift record. Oh no, yes she does, still at 200. So her nominated 47 kilo deadlift record is actually above the world record. So we'll probably see a clean swipe of the entire records for the 47 class, which is pretty cool to see. All right, so first, second, third, set and match, done.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the 59 kilo
59
class.
kilo men.
Kate, did you want to take us through this one, mate?
Yeah, for sure. So in first nomination, we've got Antoine Garcia with a 610 total. Second nomination, my bad. Ivan Campano, is that how you... I'm going to butcher so many names today, I think. But from Spain, he's nominated at 607.5. Third nomination, Quaco. Kwaku, yeah.
I think that's how they pronounced it at Junior Worlds last year.
Yeah.
They called him Quaco.
Yeah. Well, there we go. I'm already
Not
butchering.
Quavo, the rapper. But
Quavo.
Quavo, not to be
the
confused.
the representative of the US Virgin Islands with 596. And then there's two others, fourth and fifth place nomination with a 593.5 total, belonging to Japan's Kyosuke.
Yeah. I think we'll skip these last ones here because
I'm getting there. Man.
Okay,
I'm getting there. I'm just, And then there's below him 592.5 from France, Brian Seong. But if we go all the way down to 12th nomination, we have former 66 kilo world champion Kasim San from Thailand, but with a 75 kilo nomination.
Total.
Yeah, so I think if we look past first, second, and third nominations, Kasim San is probably the favourite to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's his training been?
well, he won last year
Yeah.
in the 66s with a 707.5 kilo total.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I saw him put up 670 training total a couple of weeks ago. So
That's massive.
Miles ahead.
he's going to pretty much wipe the floor, I think, with the 59s. And something worth noting, the 59 kilo records is held by one of the longest standing records in IPF history, Mr. Sergio, the Russian Sergio Fedosienko. So that record's been standing since Killeen, Texas in 2016. And yeah, like I said, it's one of the oldest standing records that is there. And he holds the total record at 695.5. So if Kasim's obviously done 670 in training, then he could potentially, hopefully, with a cut, perform at 670, which would be
strong,
huge.
Yeah. No Oscar this year, notably.
No Oscar.
I think I did see he made a post a while ago about an injury he had to pull out. So that's never good to see, but hopefully he's back next year.
I agree. And then I think the bench press record's probably a little bit far ahead for Kasim, which is 171, held by Sergio. And then the squat record, obviously Jonathan Garcia holds it at 275.5. But in all honesty, I think Kasim could, with his best day, take the total and may not actually take any other record. He may just take the total record without breaking a single lift record, which is pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
But
Definitely.
Do you have any predictions, Jung, for that weight class?
I think Kasim San.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. I love watching him lift.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's cool. He's cool, dude.
Yeah, I'll take Kasim San for the win as well. And then I guess between Antoine Garcia and Ivan Campano, they'll just battle it out between second and third.
5 kilo difference
Yeah. Like they'll probably both end up on the podium, but just the order comes down to the day, I suppose.
Yeah, so Ivan is the former Euro World Champion. Former Euro champion in the 59. So I think pretty sure that's his winning total there, 607.5. So he'll be looking to pretty much, I think, have a repeat battle with Antoine Garcia if he did compete at that competition. But I think, they'll be pretty much jockeying for second and third. You just hope that Ivan has a good day, technically speaking, because I remember watching him at Junior Worlds last year and he was getting hammered by the refs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just elbow depth on bench, squat depth, obviously, just common things you see at the high level when you're very technical. But all right, well, let's move on to the 52s, Jung Ling Kilgannon.
So the 52s, we've got New Zealand's favourite, Evie Corrigan, nominated first with a total of 477.5. And then we've got Megan Lee Smith, also from New Zealand, nominated second with 466. And then coming in at third is Catherine Gagner. Which is, she's coming in at 443.5. And then coming in close fourth, actually, nominated with 443, is a Netherlands lifter, Floon Dekkers. Yeah. So it's going to be a pretty close battle for third place, I think, but it's quite obvious who first and second is going to be.
Yep.
Evie favoured to win.
Yep. No, I agree. Evie looks strong as heck.
Yeah.
I know she was having some injury issues, I think, just before she moved over to Thailand. But it seems to be not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Her training looks really good. I saw her pull 205. I think I saw her squat 170.
Yeah, squat was massive.
And that squat's 5.5 below the record, by the way.
Yeah.
So Plume Decker's nominating with her world record 175.5. We could possibly see a little bit of jockeying for that world record spot, but I think in the context of the battle for Evie to go back to back, or not even back to back to back to back, like I'm pretty sure this will be her. I think she won the year that she won Sheffield, right? In the 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. 52.
No, so she was 57 and then went down to 52.
Yeah.
So she actually hadn't won 52 at that point.
Yeah, but after Sheffield 23,
Yep.
Malta, she won.
Yeah, won that
52.
one.
Yeah.
Then Lithuania. So this will be her third three-peat, essentially.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think yeah, as I was saying, in the context of the battle, I don't think obviously Jason Clark, who is her coach, is probably going to try and push for a world record. You just want to pace yourself, make the lifts. Yeah, she's 11.5 kilos above Megan Lee Smith, but I think it's too close to be trying to think about records. Just make your lifts, go 9 for 9, secure the world championship, get within 5% of the world record.
The records at Sheffield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can push for
Get
it
it
then.
back.
So, yeah, what are your predictions? You see, obviously, Evie at the top.
Yeah,
and
Evie at the top.
you reckon it'll be a first and second New Zealand combo?
I think so. Yeah, it'll be
That'd
good
be
to
pretty
see two of the NZ lifters up there. But yeah, just judging by the numbers, I don't see it going any other way really, with about a 20 kilo difference between second and third.
And what about Naomi Alberta down the bottom there, Cake? Do you remember her from Sheffield?
do.
Obviously, she's a
Yeah, I
former
do.
world champion in
Yeah.
52s.
Yeah, she's not to be looked over for sure.
No.
Although I have not been keeping up with her training, so cannot really comment too much there other than she's there.
No. Of course.
She'll probably be fighting for podium for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And now let's give a big shout out to the Australian lifter, Kate Nax. So,
And Xinglu.
Xinglu.
Yep.
Thank you for that. So, both those girls are nominated next to each other at 13th and 14th place. Are they doing 14 as the flight A or 10?
Well, actually, if you scroll over, it says here on the far right who's
so
flight
they'll
A.
both be in flight
So they're
B.
both in the same flight
It'll
together.
be good to see a little battle between them two as well, actually, because they've
Yeah,
got
for
about
sure.
1.5 kilos separating them.
For sure.
I know Kate's been dealing with some injury.
I
I'm
think she
pretty
had like
sure
a
I've been
hamstring
seeing-
tendinopathy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
She had that for
the
a
girls
while.
are both nominated 1.5 kilos within each other, and I haven't seen much of Zin's training since nationals. She doesn't really post very often unless it's like a big deadlift. But you can just assume that she's probably going to be there around that 400 mark. Do you remember if she missed any lifts at nationals?
I don't remember.
I don't think
No,
she did.
I can't remember.
can't remember.
But I know Kate missed.
I think she missed her last deadlift.
Yeah, which was
Yeah.
for the QT. I'm pretty sure. And the QT at the time was 452s.
Mm.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think that's going to be great to see both those girls just surpass the 400 mark, and to be doing that on the world stage is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But to have
definitely.
two Aussies representing the 52 class, which is such a strong class in Australia,
Yeah, it is.
is really good.
It's very cool.
Okay, let's move on to the 66 kilo category in the men's. Sorry, the girls downstairs are just having a bit of a chant party. If everyone heard that, viewers.
Mike probably can't even pick it up. to be honest.
So
Just looking over crazy.
So in the 66s, we've got Kajel,
Shell.
770. Heaps far out ahead of everyone else. Obviously, 770 is what he put up at Sheffield, right?
Yeah,
But
correct.
he's had some. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on his stories, I don't know if he's baiting or anything, but he looks like he's just saying that he doesn't feel very strong at the moment. I'm talking struggling to put up 720.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
We say 720 where it's like not that impressive, but still.
But it's still
He
very
did do
impressive.
I think it was Euros after Sheffield, but he did it as a lighter 74.
Yep. But it looked
And-
hard.
Yeah, he did say after that comp, like, because he obviously didn't do as well as what he did at Sheffield, but he did say at that comp that he felt better at 66 than
Oh,
he did
wow.
at that comp. Yeah.
Yeah. So
If I'm like recalling that correctly, I think I am.
he actually did 775, but I think when I was listening to a podcast, they mentioned that it looked way harder than when he did 770 at 66 at Sheffield. You know what I mean? So I think what you're seeing there is just probably a high level athlete just doing back to back comps,
Yeah.
and then
Well, yeah.
another back to back comp. But I don't think it's enough to taint his dominance because he's so far out ahead.
I agree.
In second place, we have Avery Jackson. So he actually overcome Jonathan Garcia, which I loved. I don't really like Jonathan Garcia. Some of his takes are a bit ridiculous. But Avery Jackson, 720 nominated, which is still a very high total, very respectful. But where the real battle will be happening is down the bottom between third and fourth place. We got Santos Jimenez from Mexico and Yusuke Satake from Japan. I was about to say from Canada. So those guys, only 2.5 kilos difference between each other. And I don't watch much of their lifting, to be honest, but they're going to be jockeying for that third and fourth position. Yeah. And then in sixth place, I'm pretty sure he's our highest nominated Aussie on the men's side, is Chris Yip from Australia.
Yip.
The man, the deadlift demon. So he will be nominated with a 660. Now, he is only 28 kilos behind third nominated total. So that may be a bit of a stretch in terms of a deadlift attempt.
Yeah, that'd be
you know what I mean?
See, though.
It'd be crazy to see probably like a world record deadlift attempt loaded. And at that point, I'm not sure what Chris's goals or intentions are, but you only got one shot at Worlds. You may as well try and, one, secure a deadlift medal, but two, maybe secure a podium, which could be really cool if the other lifters, push too hard and eventually miss some lifts. But yeah, that's pretty much the 66 kilo class. I reckon Kingel's going to go back to back. I think he'll probably just secure his Sheffield invite. I don't know if we'll probably see records broken unless Kajal just has a really good day. Obviously, his deadlift is an absolute weapon, but he'll be battling Chris Yip for that, I think, which would be good.
Potentially, yeah.
All right. Do you guys see it that way? Yeah?
Yeah. I'm very excited to see Chris in particular.
Yeah, I think he's going to do great. Looking at the totals, if you said he was struggling in training putting up 720 if it's not baiting, do you reckon that Avery's got a good shot?
Well, Avery also doesn't post very much. But the thing is I don't know, like Kajal just looks like he was just moving slow and not feeling very encouraging in his training. And this is on his stories, by the way, so it's not like you can go back to his post and have a look. But yeah, like he was doing like sets that were looking way harder than what they usually do. But moving forward, I think Avery is definitely no longer a smoky. Like you can always expect him to be really strong. And he also has a massive deadlift. Like
conventional too.
Yeah,
right?
which is crazy, a lot of body weight. But yeah, I think Avery's just there to take his silver medal, to be honest. All right, moving on to the 57s, Cake.
Yeah, so moving on to the 57s. Let me change the camera while it's fresh in my mind. I got to start doing that more. All right, so Aiden's just telling the girls to be quiet. Hang on.
Shut up.
All right, moving on. 57 women. First nomination, but second nomination also has the exact same total. We've got Jade Jacob of France, 515 total, and Sarah Naldi of Italy. I don't know if I butchered the last name, but they're both nominated at 515 kilos, which is pretty crazy. If we have a look here, Jade Jacob has a 10 kilo lead on the deadlift, which is no doubt going to be a big advantage for her. And third nomination, we've got Joy Namani from Great Britain, and she's great to watch.
She's great to watch.
Yeah,
I love
she's
watching
cool.
these
She's nominated with 506 kilo total. And not to count out, fourth nomination, Bobby Butters, also from Great Britain. So we've got a pretty strong 57 lineup here in the top four nominations. What do you guys think? What do you guys see this playing out like?
Young's having a sneeze fit, so
she is.
I can take the reins here. So I think Jade, hopefully, I pray that she will have a better day than what she did at Sheffield, because obviously her boyfriend unfortunately did pass away, which was really sad to see, and you could see that she was carrying the weight of that on the day. So bless her. Hopefully she has a really good day and capitalizes on how much we know that she can actually lift.
Just quietly, sorry to cut you off. I've just double checked the nominations.
Natalie Richards, yep, I'll get to
Natalie Richards, yeah. We don't want to forget about her too, former world champion.
No.
She took last year off.
No. But I think I don't watch much of the other. I don't watch much of Sarah Naldi's lifting.
Me neither.
Barely any of the Italians post, except for the 63 kilo lifter. But I think Joy, you can always back that she's going to have a massive pull. In her. So hopefully she can come out and pull a deadlift record. Bobby Butters, obviously she
Maybe
made
a
her
big
Sheffield
squat.
debut, but always has to have a really good day on the subtotal. So hopefully we can see that pushed even further. But even so, the Italian has a high nominated squat, so there might be some jockeying for that record in the 57s.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, as Kate just touched on, Natalie Richards, we've seen her take a break from powerlifting. I think it was because of burnout, right?
I don't
Yeah.
remember the exact reason, to be honest. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Did she make a
but
post
she
about it?
did take a big break, like all of last year,
Yep.
and she obviously won Worlds the year before in Malta, 23.
And then did Sheffield.
Yeah, where she got beat by Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it'll
I
be
think,
interesting to see them two back together.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's because of injury and burnout, just a combination of the two.
Mm.
But she put up a post yesterday, I'm pretty sure, and it was just basically her like showing that she was squatting a bar and like 10 kilos and looked really sore, massive hip shift. So
really?
I think she's finally
Okay.
back, but probably don't think we'll see her at her strongest.
Yeah.
I think she will be trying to fight for the podium, considering that her nominated total is 20 odd kilos below what you probably need to even be in contention. And even then, I'm pretty sure she went 9 for 9 at PA Nats to hit that.
Yeah.
So hopefully she has some kilos left off the platform.
Yeah, correct.
Youngling, do you have any other predictions other than that?
I missed half of this segment because I was sneezing.
That's okay.
Love to see Jade Jacob lift. Like you say, she's got the dog in her, so I wouldn't... It would be good to see them battle it out between Sarah and Jade. So, yeah, that's all I've got.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move
That'll
on
be good.
to the 74s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to take this one, Yung?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
So we got Austin Perkins nominated at first. So he's got 843 kilo total for nomination.
Yeah.
And then we have a Chinese Taipei lifter. So Chan Chia
Fungers.
Fan.
Big fan of him.
So he's got a 780 total for second. And then we've got Clinton Lee coming out of Singapore with a 758 kilo total.
Yep.
So I think we can see a clear first. Second and third is pretty far apart as well, but we might see a battle between the fourth nomination, Joshua Wright coming from Germany. There's only a 3 kilo difference between the Singaporean lifter and him.
Yeah, cool.
And big shout out to Leo and Kayan.
Mm-hmm.
The Aussie lifters coming in at 5th and 6th as well.
Yeah.
Both looking strong.
They're not too far behind.
They're not too far
Yeah.
off. We could see a fight for podium there.
Potentially, yeah.
But yeah,
And it's all pretty tight. Like,
it is.
yeah, like third place down to Kian is 16 kilos. And like in the world of the 74 kilo class, that's one squat or deadlift attempt.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just going to be a matter of just making your lifts, and hopefully the strongest just wins at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's great to see Clinton Lee there. I remember watching him as a junior over in Singapore, and he was at the top age of the Singapore juniors at that point. And I remember watching him compete and just seeing his progression up the nominations, and now finally in third place is really cool. So congratulations, Clinton.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then, yeah, obviously Leo and Kian, they're going to have another battle, which will probably go on for generations to come.
Yeah.
Them two competing each other until big old Stephen Day comes back to Australia. But, yeah, 748 and 742 are totals not to miss. Like, well-deserved 5th and 6th nominations in Group A.
We'll see him on the podium for squat, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. So Leo's got nominated with the 280 squat, and that's coming in at second, actually.
That's awesome.
And same with Kian, who would be third.
Yeah, cool.
Singaporean.
And I'm pretty sure they got both got the same coach, right? Is it? It's not Kedrick, is it?
I think it is Kedrick, yeah. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
No.
Leo's with...
Yeah.
Alfred?
Nah, he's Austin Perkins' coach. I'm forgetting the name.
Oh, one rep.
Yeah, Joe Stanek.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's been tagging him in his
Oh,
stories.
okay.
So
Yeah, right.
since
There you go.
nationals, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys reckon Austin Perkins will win Best Lifter?
No, I don't think he will this year.
Neither do I.
I think another class more like the 83s where
Yeah.
they'll have to push a bit more for the
Sure.
win.
and we'll touch on that when we get there.
Yeah, that's
Alrighty,
exciting.
moving on. So next up is the 63s. Is my turn now, right? Hey.
Yeah.
So in first place, we have one of the goats of the weight class and just like female powerlifting in general. Like I think she's coming up towards the discussion of being greater than Jennifer Thompson in my eyes, which is a big. Sorry, I just got out of the nominations. But in first place is Meg Skellen, who I was just talking about. So Meg Skellen nominated at 566. She had to do PA Nats, I believe, because Angelina Martinez, a junior 63, has been looking very suspiciously strong in her training. She's coached by David Boulson and has an absolute monster total for her age. And I think maybe Megan didn't have to do PA Nats because at the end of the day, she ended up flogging her. But Angela Martinez, in terms of the future in the 63s, is someone to definitely look out for. So keep an eye on her. If you don't follow Angelina Martinez, just go follow her. She's a great young lifter.
Yeah.
But Megan was strong enough on that day, took away 566, squatted 203, benched 143, and I think she went 2 from 3 on bench, which was nice, and then 220 on deadlifts as well. In second place, we have Alba Bostrom from Sweden. So she's former junior world champion. She has a total of 554. 193.
Did at Sheffield.
Well, I think so at Sheffield. 193, 133.5, 227. So a very well-rounded lifter like Meg. And then 14 kilos, behind her is Chiara Bernardi from Italy. So I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she is an absolute weapon. Like I hate to say it, but I even think that she's probably going to be a smoky in the 63s to win.
Yeah, wow.
I'll have to get up her Instagram account, but she looks dangerously strong at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen her lifting, so.
She like wears the glasses.
Yeah.
Last year, I'm pretty sure there was 2 Italian
There was
lifters.
2 Italians on the podium next to Meg.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And I think
one of them's gone up.
Chiara Bernardi just looks dangerous. I saw a video of her and she was moving some serious weight.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Easily.
Yeah. Meg looks really strong too, though.
Yeah.
I know. But anyway, this podcast is about making predictions, and that's my prediction.
Yeah.
Worth noting, you've got 2 Australian lifters, which is so cool to see.
It's very cool.
Both of them
In the A flight?
well deservingly have above 500 kilo totals in the 63 kilo class, and they're nominated in 6th place and 8th place. So congratulations, Abby Wallace and Shay Zaru.
Yeah. Very excited to see them lift.
Yeah, especially Shay.
I love watching
Shay
the
going
Aussies
in the
lift.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shay on the world platform is going to be good.
I am happy to see Shay at Worlds again, actually, because
Yeah.
I was under the impression that Nationals might have been her last comp for a while.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that she's going to Germany.
No, for sure. And had kilos to give, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I think she won the 500
She
kilo
just won the
total.
500.
Yeah.
But I think she's probably going to surpass that at Worlds. And then Abby just looks phenomenal at the moment. I think I saw her pull 205 pretty convincingly.
She had a good squat as well. I forgot what she did, but
I think
it
it's
looks
185.
185, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 15 keys above what she's already nominated with. So that's 517, which gives you 4th place. But that's assuming no one else gets stronger, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
anyway, looking forward to seeing those 2 women absolutely dominate. I'm pretty sure they're one of our best lifters in the country in terms of IPF GL points. And like not including the 84 plus women, but they're very, very strong. So good luck to those girls. And do you guys see Meg Skellen winning? Sorry.
I'm going to say I do just because I'm not too familiar with Kiara's training.
Yeah.
But based off what you said, it'll be a pretty tight battle.
I think Meg will take the win, but I'm a big Alba fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alba
shout out to
lifting,
Alba.
just
She's
so
cool.
well-rounded.
She's cool. She'll definitely be on the podium for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm just trying to find this video
Yeah, okay.
of her. So yeah, she squatted 205
Holy.
for 3.
For free.
This is Chiara. Okay.
Sheesh.
I'm just zooming through this reel. She benched. Yeah, 205 for 3 is fucking insane.
Yeah,
She benched 122.5. So what's that above her best?
it's 2.5 above her best.
Yep. And then deadlifted 230 4.2.
That's 15 above her nominated deadlift here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's pretty big.
So
Okay.
surely like a 211 plus 122.5 plus 230, like at least 235. That's 568.5, which is obviously
Oh, she's
2.5
mega
above
run.
Meg.
she might hit mega run. Like that's what I'm saying. If she
Yeah.
hits a third squat,
Okay.
it could be fucking on.
All right.
All right, so that's my bold prediction. I reckon
Yeah.
Shiara could fucking win the 63s, which is so hard for me
Yeah,
to say, but
that
I
is
see it.
crazy. I'm still going to back Meg Skelland just because.
Yeah, Meg had kilos to give, obviously, at PA Nats,
Yeah.
and she always a clinic. 8 for 9, 9 for 9, and she never
Yeah.
misses.
Yeah.
Lifter.
All right, moving on. Kate,
Moving
let's take us
on.
through the 83s, mate.
Shui. All right. The 83s. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited to watch the 83s. I'm very excited. All right. First place nomination. I got to stop saying first place. First nomination, Joe Borenstein with a 900 kilo total. That's crazy. We all know about that performance. Second nomination, we got Ade. I don't know how to pronounce that
Omasunken.
last name. Thank you. Ade from Great Britain, nominated 861. Third nomination, we got Durans Kengamu with 852.5. Then moving on, Tim Monagatti, 845.5. And I'll stop at fifth nomination with Enahoro Asian,
Cool.
nominated 807.5. But
Do you see Joe Borenstein going 900 again?
I don't see him
I-
doing 900 again, no.
Neither. What, you young?
I think he would.
I
No?
don't think so. I did see he posted he said 862.5 training total the other day.
Oh.
hard.
It looked a bit hard, but I think he also mentioned that he'd been sick or
Mm.
something. He lost some weight. Maybe he got food poisoning. I don't know. Food poisoning, gastro.
Ran
Who
out
knows?
of talent, probably.
Ran out of talent.
That's
No,
great.
he's very talented. We know that for sure.
A
but,
30-something kilo drop.
I do think it'll be extremely tight between him and Ade. I think they will both definitely land on first or second. I honestly couldn't tell you who would go where right now.
No.
But I was going to say Enahoro pulls onto third, but Durans actually looks way stronger than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So my prediction is I think Joe Borenstein will win.
okay.
I don't think he hits 900, but I do think
Yeah.
he'll be above 880.
Yeah, okay.
And then I think in second place will be Durans.
Really?
I think Durans will win second place. I think he will
Okay.
place in second
Yeah, wow.
because I think Ade will load whatever he needs to beat
He'll load
Joe
too much.
And then
and miss.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's my predictions. I reckon because if you think about it, Ade was this close to what's the 380 at Sheffield,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he dropped it at the
Yeah.
top, and like that's a world record total and deadlift pull
Yeah.
at that point in time.
It was.
Maybe not deadlift because I think the deadlift record's actually 385 or 380. Anyway, I think Ade is probably going to have to pull a little bit more to push or to grab Joe Borenstein. And Joe Borenstein obviously is not going to pull last because
yeah.
Ade has the bigger pull.
Yeah. Side note, actually,
Yeah.
I've got to give a shout out to our Australian representative, Kevin Lee. He's
Kevin
been absolutely popping off lately.
Scrapes in the A group. How good's that?
Yeah, it's awesome. He did post an 800.5 training total.
Yep.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I don't think he posted all of like his lifts. I saw a 188 bench,
Yep.
287 squat, but I
yeah.
didn't see the deadlift, I don't think.
Yeah.
But he looks like incredibly strong. He's just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger in.
Yeah, we were talking about the other day, like October, he did the SPD Cup local meet. I think he did like 730 or something. And then
Mm.
obviously he did nationals 767. And then in training, he did 800.5.
It's crazy.
It's
like,
crazy.
I've
yeah.
never, ever seen that much progress in such a short period of time.
And at that level of
Above, for a
lifting.
lifter that already was above 100 GL. Like, that's just redonkulous. Like,
Yeah,
Donkulous.
it's crazy.
redonkulous.
It's crazy, yeah.
So yeah, a massive respect to like the hustle, like seeing someone who's been that strong and then get even stronger. And
Yeah.
just be considered. I think that's best lifter status pretty much in Australia if you hit 800 plus 83
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
in terms of IPF GL. So yeah, well done, Big Kev. Hopefully you can just put it all together, mate, on the platform. Like, it can't be
Yeah,
that
that'd be
hard,
awesome.
right? Not to discredit
what'd you say?
Anahoro, I think he's always going to load whatever the fuck it is
Yeah.
to win, because the thing is with Anahoro is you just don't know what his ceiling is. It's just a matter of just it being perfect.
His subtotal has gotten way better too.
It has, but my hot take is that I think he is going to have to pull the heaviest IPF men's deadlift ever in history.
Exactly.
So the current heaviest deadlift, I think, in history is 411 by
It's
Teamer.
411 by Teamer, yeah.
But I think Anahoro is going to have to load more than that.
You know what?
I don't think he locks it out. But
I agree.
But I think he breaks the floor.
I agree.
That'd be
But
crazy.
what I was about to say, if in the chance he doesn't have to load up that heavy, say he has to load anything under maybe 402.5,
You reckon he's got a good chance?
I think he's got
400 is my max.
I think he's got a pretty
think-
decent chance.
We've seen him pull 385. I think
seen him pull
was it
390.
Malta where he like locked it out, but was kind of like swinging like a little bit of helicopter at the top.
Yeah.
And then he like dropped it. So I think it could be like that, but if he nails it,
He did pull a really nice 390 in training like a little while ago too. So I think 400, maybe 402 max, probably there.
But I think in the scenario of
If he has to load up much more than that, then I don't think he looks it out.
for sure,
Breaks the floor, but
Bloody hell.
ooh,
crazy. Right? You agree, Young?
Yeah,
Do you
pretty
reckon?
much
Do you
on board
reckon
with you guys.
Durance comes second? Do you believe?
I
Take.
I can see it happen.
You can see that.
Yeah, I can see it happening. But yeah, Joe on top.
Joe on
I would
top.
love
Do
to
you-
see Durans.
do you guys agree that whoever wins that 83s probably wins best overall for the
Yeah, for
men's?
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure. All right. Moving on to the women now. 69s. Take it away, Youngling.
So we got in the top nominated spot my favourite lifter personally, Agata Sitko. She's been looking strong, so she's put up a 628 kilo total, and I think that was at Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
And then in second nominated we have Carola from Italy, so she's got a 582.5 total, and then Celine Crum from the US, and she's coming in at 566.5. Is there anyone else really to we know?
Big Annie Nelson fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Big Annie
Yeah,
Nelson
I'd
fan.
love to see her get on the podium. Hey,
Yeah.
100%.
yeah.
It's a bit of a like
We already know.
we already know it's going to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Agata's going to go back to back in the 69s. She's going to be a 2-time world record holder across 2 weight classes. I've heard that
She's trying to get the 10 times body weight.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy.
We'll see how that goes. But she looks really close to the 63s. I'm pretty sure she's like weighing super light.
66, I think.
So bloody
I think she's
lean.
weighing
Yeah.
66 or something.
Like,
Yeah.
is that a toy to go down to 63?
I think
maybe?
she
She said
actually,
it.
I swear she
She's-
said
yeah.
before, like, she would go down to 63, but I don't know if she was, like, trolling or not.
She's pretty funny, eh? Like,
She is.
She is,
She
yeah.
loves KFC. But there's
She
also,
does.
there's also the yap that she, that Amanda wants her to come up to 84.
I saw that too.
So
Yeah, 'cause
but
Amanda's-
that's too much weight.
I don't think
Fuck
I can see
Yeah.
that
She'd be
happening.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she
She'd
was
need
an
a lot of
84
KFC
lifter, but
for
you could
that.
tell it was almost like because she was young and she kind of
Yeah.
carried that like
Yeah.
baby fat.
100%.
almost.
Do we think Agata wins best overall female
Yeah.
lifter?
100%, mate.
Yeah.
100%.
I
Yeah.
think for Sheffield she might actually cut to 63. It would be cool
Yeah.
to see.
That'd be
Massive.
Do
crazy.
you reckon she goes 600 at 63?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see it.
I reckon
That's
she
so
can.
fucking stupid, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. So
Is it 93s?
93s.
Cool. That's another
So
big one.
93s, this is so exciting to see
It
because
is.
you had Jonathan Keiko absolutely battle it out, like battle it the fuck out,
Yeah.
bashing around Gavin Aiden, who's the guy, like Brandon
Brandon
Petrie.
Petrie.
Like I know there was a guy that had a massive squat. His name's Squat Pancake on Instagram.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I remember watching him
Royce
review.
or
I
something?
don't remember his name, but yeah.
Anyway, he had to literally make all his lifts to win that competition, and it
And
doesn't
that's what
get
he's
any,
good at.
It doesn't get any easier for him because the top 3 is within 4.5
So
kilos of each other.
tight.
Yeah.
And there's, I don't know why they do this. Like the A flight is so short for this weight class. Like they've gone 8 lifters, which
Because they've split it into 4 weight class. Oh, 4 flights.
Four
Four
flights,
flights,
yeah.
but like it is just such a quick turnaround, and it's a little bit unfair because you've got other classes that have like up to 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So considering that, you know, the bigger boys have to lift bigger weights and they need maybe bigger rest times, like that's a crazy turnaround for, you know, 330 plus kilo squats.
Yeah.
So in first place, Jonathan Keiko, 919.5. In second place, Emil Krastav, 917. He was the Sheffield third place.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
a big Emil fan, actually.
Yeah, he's good.
He's awesome.
Gustav Headland, former world champion and Sheffield champion, with 915. And I think that's really all worth noting. I will say Christian and Dokun, I'm a big fan of him. I met him at Lithuania last year.
Oh, yeah.
I had a couple of training sessions with him. He
Really?
is such a fucking legend.
Yeah.
He's tiny. He's built like, what's that? What does Geodude transform into in Pokemon? Is it Golem?
Look, I don't
Golem,
know.
not to discredit the creature, but Golem the Pokemon is like a small rock, round, fucking tough motherfucker. That is Christian Doku. So I really want to see him do well because he just looks phenomenal. He's the current European 93 world. No, I keep saying world champ. 93 Euro champion.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he has a 9 for 9 day, and if any of the guys above him miss one lift, which they probably will because it's so tight,
Yep.
he could slide into third, or load just enough to pull into third. But looking at this list, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lifters deadlifting above 355,
That's
which
ridiculous.
is crazy.
That's crazy.
But that's pretty much the way I see it in terms of who wins. Because
Yeah.
honestly, as it stands right there, I think Emil is probably the only one that could fall off because we saw him lock out a very 50-50 pull at Sheffield. Soft shoulders, soft everything.
He was lucky to get that, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So I feel like that won't happen twice. So if it does mean that he has to pull around that 360 plus mark, that's how he misses, is just on that technicality, because it will probably get picked up. Surely it doesn't get missed a second time. I do think the bench record will get broken by...
Keiko. Of course it will.
Well, I think it will be broken by a number of people. So the world record bench press is 245.5.
Yeah, okay.
So
Smoked.
it'll get pumped by at least. I think they'll probably chip on the second and then maybe decide where to go from there. But chips are at play,
Yeah, for sure.
and
I think only on bench though. to be honest. Yeah.
I think what's the deadlift?
The deadlift, I think it's Chance Mitchell's deadlift from South Africa.
Yes, it is. So 373.5. It's probably a bit high for everyone on that list.
I agree.
And the squat, obviously, Gavin Aiden with 341. Again, probably a bit high for everyone on that list. But yeah, I see the bench getting broken. I also see the total getting broken as well, because the total's only 917.5.
Yeah.
And you can just assume that all these guys have gotten stronger. So shout outs to the 93 Australian lifters. We have Mr. Adam Jones.
Jonesy.
I said lifters because there's 2 of them competing at Japan. But Adam Jones is holding the fort at the top of the B flight, 5 kilos below the guy nominated in the first place of the B flight. So I think if he could, go 820 plus, he could slide in as high as 6th place, considering that the 6th place nominated is 825.5. So he's only 12.5 kilos behind that on his nominated total, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I think he was talking at Nationals about how he's so keen to go to Masters Worlds one day, and he's thinking about his second half of his powerlifting career, which is really exciting to hear.
Yeah,
so
wow.
This could be the last stint you see of Adam Jones on the open level. And I know he's got 2 young boys.
He does, yeah.
And obviously I know that his wife just recently did an ACL playing like Monday night social netball.
Oh, wow.
Which is a sign young not to play social sport. So we'll see how that goes. I will mention Christoph Ang's brother, Alexander. He's from Singapore. I know he's coached by Christoph, I'm pretty sure. But he has a notable deadlift of 355 in the B flight. So
That's massive.
he could go for a deadlift medal overall,
Yeah.
considering how many misses there could possibly be at the end of the day for the A flight lifters. But other than that, best of luck to all those guys. How do you guys see anything different from what I saw as the top three?
Nah,
Keiko to win.
Yeah.
Emil might miss. Gustav in the second. Emil misses because of shoulders in third.
Yeah, I think the
I don't
two
see
of
it
them,
being any
Emil
other
and
way.
Gustav, will just jockey between second and third.
Yeah.
Cool.
Be cool to see Keiko win after he took a
Yeah,
year
after
off.
taking a year off, hey.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. It's my turn.
Yep.
So I'll take the 76 kilo women. And in first nomination, we've got Carlina Tongatea of New Zealand with a 610.5 kilo total. I think she's quite a bit ahead of second place, which is... Oh, man.
Crayon.
Thank you. I'm really bad at these, hey. Cranon Warford.
Cranon?
Cranon.
Crayon.
Yeah.
From the US, 590 kilo total.
Jacob loves her.
She's mad.
That's
I
crazy.
rate her.
And then third nomination, 567.5 of France. We've got Laura. I'm going to
Matolin.
thank you very much.
She's
She's cool. Big bench.
big dog.
Massive
Very
bench.
big bench.
Covered in stickers, Jared.
Yeah, I know. I'm very excited to see Carlina lift.
Yeah.
I love watching her lift. She's cool. I think she'll take the win.
Do you know she was training 3 days a week up until
Yeah.
Sheffield? And then
Yeah.
went to 4 days a week,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But
Because she
has
work as a
she's
nurse?
Doctor.
Oh, doctor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
so yeah, it looks like she's hit third gear in terms of her
Mm.
training. It looks like it's going really well.
Yeah.
It was so cute. She posted a reel the other day.
Yeah.
She was like, I need spotters today, so I called in the big
I saw
guns.
that,
And it was her
yeah, as a
and
dad.
That's
yeah.
so
Yeah,
cute.
I did see that. That was pretty cool.
So I and Carlene will have a great day.
Mm.
Like, for goodness sake, she's just got to hit 3 squats and she wins pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
Yeah. But
Awesome squad.
yeah, not to discredit the American Cranon. I think she will have her work cut out for her from Laura in third place, who is the current world bench press champion.
Do we know what the bench record is?
I think it's held by her actually. 'cause
Yeah, okay.
If you usually
No,
win,
wouldn't it be held by
I'll get the women's up.
Oh,
real quick.
Agata holds it
actually,
at like
I think,
150
yeah.
something, no?
Sorry, I think Jung's right, actually. Yeah.
We forget that Agata's like floating through
yeah,
the weight
yeah,
class.
yeah.
So the bench press at 676 is Agata at 155 and a half.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck, she
pro-
holds it across 3 weight
That's what I'm
classes.
That's so
saying.
crazy, yeah.
Cheeky dog.
Well, then, yeah, mate, probably a bit much for Laura to take that.
Maybe a
But
bit much, yeah.
still keen to see what she puts up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be
Okay.
cool. Do you guys all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I and Carlene is going to have a great day.
Yeah, me too.
I'd love to see a bit of a deadlift battle between Carlina and Cranon.
Yep.
Because, yeah, Cranon's training looks pretty good at the moment as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Moving on to the 105s. Jungling.
It's my turn. Let me find it. All right, so in first nomination, we have Anthony McNaughton from the USA with a total of 979. In second, we've got Keenan Lee, also from America, with a nominated total of 958.5. And then in third nomination, we have Anatoly from Ukraine with a 940 total.
Yep.
Yeah, love Anatoly.
So the top 3 here are pretty much set in stone in my eyes. I would love to see, we finally get to see Keenan Lee and Anthony McNaughton go head to head, because I don't know if you guys saw it PA Nuts, but Keenan was like in the other flight.
Yeah.
Don't know why actually, but they finally get to be in the same flight together at Worlds, and Keenan is there on the withdrawal of Waska, which is pretty
Okay.
lucky. You know what I mean? Another worth mentioning is
Hung Fan.
Corentin Clement, who is the French Euro. Well, he represented France at the Euros and actually won the 105 kilo class.
Oh, okay.
And then also you got Emil Norling, who's a former world champion as well,
He's been around.
which is crazy that like former world champion has fallen that far
Yeah.
to 5th place.
Yeah, it is.
You got the current junior world champion there, Region Sturgis. Sorry.
He's sick, hey.
You like looking at him, don't you?
He's a big fella.
He is effing strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's stepping up. What year is he born? 2002. So
2002.
This is his last year as a junior, isn't it?
Younger than me.
So,
yeah.
but if you watch his lifting, he actually maxes out quite often.
Mm.
So he's obviously got a young, robust body.
Yep.
And then notable mention who scrapes into the 105A flight is Dylan Sanchez. He is currently the world record holder in the deadlift with 400. Okay, my prediction, I think Anthony still wins. We know Keenan Lee missed one lift, and that's what opened the door for Anthony to win his world spot at PA Nats. But I think every single record is going to get broken. Squat, bench, deadlift, and total.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So I'll pull those up real quick.
That's why you do that. Quick shout out to our Australian representative, Hung Fan. Hung Fan.
Coming in 13th. So
Yeah, very excited to see him lift.
He did his final pull the other day, and
What did he pull?
I saw it and I thought it was very
350?
impressive. I just don't remember what it was.
So the records, whilst Jung pulls up Hung's final deadlift, a 375 squat by Ashton Ruska. So, Cake, who's in shot of that?
Was it 375?
Yep.
Anatoly's nominated with 370.
And he's got a massive squat.
He does. So I guess he'll take.
He could take that. I reckon he will. 105 bench is Mbassi from Switzerland. 234. So there's a shit ton of people who...
There's the top 3 nominations are all like...
Yeah,
within
he hit
range.
234 at Euros, so that wasn't that long ago. And Mbassi's actually competing at this competition. So the former world record bench holder is probably going to be defending it as much as he can. He's got to deal with Anthony McNaughton's 245, obviously Keenan Lee 230, Anatoly 230, and then you've got Region, obviously the junior world champion. He's got 225. We've seen him touch and go 240. So some bloody big bench presses.
Yeah.
And then the deadlift, obviously, it's currently held by Dylan Sanchez at 400. I think we might see after the 83s compete, Dylan Sanchez attempt the world record deadlift and actually lock it out. So
crazy.
Just to retract my statement before, Anahoro, he will load whatever he needs to win. Okay, and he's done that at every single competition. There's no way he's not doing that. So it will be, I think it will be like around the 415, 417 mark. He will load that. It will break the floor. He won't lock it out. I think then later on, 2 days later, Dylan Sanchez will load 411.5 just to completely skip past the 105 record and just claim the status as the heaviest deadlift by any IPF male in history.
I agree.
So that's my prediction.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, moving on to the 84 women. So 84 women, we've got probably, I think it's probably the smallest represented weight class. I know you got 84 plus, sorry. But there's only 18 women.
Yes.
We've got out in first place by 44 kilos is Amanda Lawrence.
Crazy.
6-time world champion, which is just a crazy status.
Yeah.
You've got Ziana Azaria. So she's obviously the GB lifter who hit 600 on the nose at her last competition. And then you've got Jessica Butner, who's making her 84 kilo debut with a 571.5. I remember when Jess was coming up from... what was below the 72s back in the day? Was it 63?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was never in the 63s, but I remember as a junior she was in the 72s, and when she came to the Opens she went to 76, and that was like a big deal for her because she's a diabetic, so obviously putting on weight as a diabetic is obviously quite challenging, but it's crazy to see her growth in the sport. She's going to be competing in the 84s for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And she's jacked as hell. Like I've seen her in person, and she's actually probably the same height as me. So it's probably a class that suits her.
Okay.
But it'll be good to see her just jockey towards that 600 kilo total and defend from 4th place nomination, Lucy Stefanikova of Iceland. And then in 5th place, with a nominated total very close to 3rd overall in the world, is Yanni Zhao. So Yanni has a potential squat of going bronze, nominated at 210.5, a 128.5 bench. That's currently nominated in 3rd place, and then a 218.5 deadlift, which is a little bit below the bottom half of the A flight. But the thing is with Yanni is I refed her at nationals, like in her comp. with the other 84 and 84 plus women, and 120 and 120 men.
Mm-hmm.
And all her lifts look like she had room. Squat especially.
Yeah.
So if she just pulls out that Yanni Zhao strength that we all know, like just pops up on comp day.
Yeah.
Where, because everything, I don't know if you guys noticed, but everything for her looks really hard in training, and then she gets on the platform and just smokes everything. Or the occasional, she just tries harder in training and just smokes it anyway. Like she's so strong, it's just ridiculous.
She's very strong. Yeah.
So I think she could, and this is a hot take, I think she could come third.
I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she could come third, which is pretty crazy to say. But yeah, do you guys see maybe like Ziana in second, Amanda in first, and then Yanni in third?
Well, yeah, I think Amanda definitely
Yeah,
takes out first
Amanda
place
still
for
takes
sure.
out first. I would like to see Lucy on the platform because she is a doggo lifter. Like, I don't know if you
The
guys follow
Icelandic
her.
girl?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She like had a kid last year, or I think it was
Oh,
the year
what?
before or
Yeah,
something.
wow.
And she was
Crazy.
like, she competed during her pregnancy and like,
Jeez.
Yeah.
just a mad backstory. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
she's
that's
just
cool. That
Such
is
a
cool.
mum strength. Like,
I
it's
will
crazy.
point out there's a girl down the bottom here, the Swedish girl, has done a Kasim, and
She's
she's
got a
nominated with
75
75 kilo total.
Yeah.
Big Agnes.
Agnes Schroeder.
But also, if we go over to the, because she's in the B flight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Does that mean Kasim's also in the B flight?
Nah. I checked that. His it's just one flight of 59s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, lucky you, mate. So so yeah,
Yeah, I'm on it.
Agnes could be pulling a Kasim, and might blow everyone out of the water. I doubt she. I don't know much about her.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll quickly pull up her
That's the thing. We
her
don't
most
know.
recent competition. So she did 5:37 halves. So yeah, she's a little bit behind. But anyway, a third place for Yanni would be great because that means obviously there's 2 third places up for grabs through Vicky and Yanni. All right,
Cool.
120s, Jared.
All right. Yeah. Moving on to the under 120s. First nomination, we have got Nonso Chinye. Is that how you pronounce his last name? I'm used to just
Nonso.
calling him Nonso. From Great Britain. Huge deadlifter with a 965 kilo total. Second nomination, Edian from Lebanon, 958.5 kilo total. He's pretty close to Nonso. Both have a very, very big deadlift. Third nomination, Devin Williams of the States at 945.5. And only, 4.5 kilos behind him from Algeria, Mohammed Sahed. So, pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. I feel like first place is very much up for grabs between Nonso and Edian from Lebanon. Going to be a huge battle when they get to last round deadlifts for sure. Because I think, if I'm not wrong, Edian's also done 400 before.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Yeah.
I remember his pull last year. Like he pulled every attempt looked fucking hard, and he just came out for his third and somehow picked it up. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
he's a crazy lifter. But
Yeah.
I think Nonso loses. I think
Yeah, okay.
I think Edian actually wins. I just think Nonso was just going to try pull
something crazy.
something fucking crazy. And yeah, like I all credit's due where it is because Nonso's a crazily strong lifter.
Yeah.
Born in 2005 and totaling
Yeah, he's so young.
what, like 25 kilos above one of the oldest world records through Dennis Cornelius's total. I think Dennis broke the world record total in Texas the same year Sergio did in the 59s, and that total's 940.5. And Dennis also holds, I think, the squat record at 386. I don't think anyone's close to that, right? 386? No.
Was that for
382,
squat,
the
sorry?
Algerian, Mohammed Sayed. But that's pretty much it. So, like, I think the squat record could possibly remain standing, but I do believe that the total record is going to get broken, which is crazy because Dennis was an amazing lifter back in his day. But I do think Etienne takes out first place. I think Nonso comes second and Devin comes third.
Cool.
I think it's pretty crazy that their bench is like well under like the 93s.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it
those
actually
two-
is
Deadlift
crazy.
spec,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably longer than
yeah.
me.
Yeah, well, they make it up for their deadlift. Like, even if you look at Devin Williams, like he's benching 263, and the
It's like miles ahead,
the difference is crazy.
Yeah. Very very excited as well to see our own Joshua Lanivia, the big Tonganator.
Yes.
He just missed out on A flight.
Yeah, he's at the top of the B flight. But yeah, cool to see him back there again and hopefully improve upon his world performance from last year. No doubt he will.
Will he crack the 900?
What's he got? 886.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. I haven't been looking at training too much.
I've been watching his vlogs, like his his reels. He's been
Oh,
posting.
actually, yeah. I've seen a couple of those, like the old like night.
I backed
shift,
my boy in
night shift
900.
one or whatever. Yeah,
I back him in.
yeah, me too.
He's got that Tongan
He's
spirit
a
to
good
win.
bloke.
Tongan spirit.
Alrighty,
Cool.
84 pluses.
Yep.
Young Ling.
Is this me? All right. So in the 84 pluses, we've got Sunita coming in as the first nomination with a total of 735.5. We've got Brittany Slater coming in second nomination, I should say, with 716. And then we've got our girls. So for third place, we've got Lucy, and she totaled 685 at Australian Nats. And then we've got Natalie Nat Bubs coming in fourth with 673.
Yep.
Notable mention though, the NZ lifter in fifth is also totaled the same amount as Nat Bubs. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
All the Usos.
All the Usos.
Shout out.
Benika Brown, I think, how many time world champion is she?
I think it's more than that actually.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
Yeah.
multiple world champion Benika Brown. She's in
Yeah.
sixth, so worth noting her.
She's been to Sheffield as well, I believe.
has.
23, I think.
These are some pretty short flights too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 7 a
I
flight.
hate that, but there was no. Well, like 14, like
You could put
that's
14.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Sunita does win.
She
I think
clears
she
it.
just
I think so
continues to
too.
dominate with that monster squat.
Yep.
I think Brittany Schlater will be jockeying for the world record deadlift with Natalie Lalai, but
I think Nat gets it.
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
I think Brittany missed a 270 or 275 double
Oh, okay.
recently.
Yeah, wow.
I saw, but I definitely think Natalie just will hold the deadlift for a very long time.
I'd
Yeah.
love
But-
to see Lucy beat
Britt,
Britt.
me
Deadlift,
too.
Yeah.
That'd be
But
sick.
the hard thing about this is that as much as I want to see Natalie like break the world record deadlift,
Yeah.
like I would rather see her come third.
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I know at Open Nationals this year, like we saw that how she just wanted to go for that last pull,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is way more than what she needed. To
Was that
actually
for
beat.
best
That
overall?
was the best overall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember the intention.
Yeah.
It was
but
best overall.
probably
Okay.
best overall. But I obviously at Worlds the goals are going to be different, and
Yeah, of
knowing
course.
Jacob, hopefully he obviously understands that, like, we're probably going to be potentially up for third place,
Yeah.
which is incredible accomplishment for both of them. So
Yeah.
that's going to be up for grabs. But then again, Lucy isn't going to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
She's time from time constantly stood up and just performed incredibly on competition day. I was so lucky to handle her last year at Worlds with Steve,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that was so much fun. She's just crazy strong.
I love watching this.
On
girl
She's getting
Day.
fight
so
it,
much
yeah.
stronger too.
She-
Like
yeah, for
stronger and
sure.
stronger.
So she'll bring the heat. Looking forward to seeing how both those women go. But I think my hot take is I reckon Benika just gets wiped out and is nowhere near it, because I don't know if you guys remember her, like, was it Sheffield she bombed out?
Nah, I think it was Worlds the
Worlds she bombed out.
the year before.
And she
that
took on social media and
She
was
did.
Yes,
I remember.
yes.
hated
Yeah.
that. So for that, Benika, you can bomb out again.
Oh,
That's so rude. You don't do
That
that.
was
you know?
rude.
No. I reckon it's solicited.
It'll be cool seeing the so fifth place, the NZ lifter. She's got a nominated squad of 291. So that'd be cool to see another
That's
female
crazy.
go over the 300.
Jesus. Yeah.
That'd be massive.
Do you reckon we'll see 6 reds from Sunita
Ooh.
on the squat?
Nah.
Nah.
Or maybe,
No?
but fuck no. Yeah,
I
what did she
saw-
squat the other day? Was it 305?
It's 305 and it was
But
just
it
quick.
flew,
It was
it
so quick.
flew, yeah.
Like I'd chuck another 20 on that.
Fuck it hell.
I reckon
Nah,
we'll see it.
we'll see. We'll see.
Anyway,
Stop it, Jack.
moving on. Last weight class of the day, the 120 pluses. Clear favourite, Jesus Olivieres. I reckon he looks the strongest he has ever looked in his entire life.
Yeah, he looks
Um,
good.
I think he's just going to absolutely dominate.
Mm.
He missed, what was it, 440? Was it 440 or 430 deadlift?
At Sheffield?
No, in his training in the purple
Oh,
suit.
I actually didn't see
Big
it.
purple man.
Yeah. He just missed that. It was so close. So I think if you just chuck that, 40 kilos difference on his current nominated deadlift, like that's just a whitewash. Second place is Tima. Obviously, he's done a massive weight cut. I think he was weighing like 130 kilos at the moment, and that's well below what he did at what he weighed in at Junior Worlds last year, which is his current nominated total. And he's also the current world record holder in the deadlift. Do you guys think that he will break it again? Or
I mean, potentially. I definitely have not seen any of his training.
I
I will say last year Open Worlds, he was a lot closer to Jesus than I thought he would be. So
yeah, he was. But Jesus didn't have the greatest day.
That's true as well.
I think Tima, this is a hot take, I don't think he makes the podium.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's just lost too much strength because of his loss of body weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets anywhere near 400 for a squat
Okay.
or bench. I just think he will underperform because he has lost so much body weight. And we see his training and it's like, 100 sets of like singles.
Yeah.
It's just
that's crazy.
Like not that that's why you're going to be like not performing on comp day, but I think the weight loss is just going to win at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think...
Was there a reason why he cut?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. You'd assume he was just trying to make the 120s, right? But even then, I think he probably loses at 120, knowing how much stronger, Nonso's getting, Etienne's getting. You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll see how that goes. And then in third place nominated is AJ Sharma with a total of 1 kilo over 1,000, and then. Special shout outs to Jackson Summerfield from Australia, nominated in 11th place.
Stubbs.
Almost top of the B flight. Stubbsy came back from having a knee operation straight after Worlds last year. So this will be his first time back after hitting the QT bang on the nose at 9:10, where he can have another big stint and just try his best to obviously hit some lifetime PBs.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
But
of course.
How do you guys see it? Do you reckon my take's a bit too hot? Are you going to back me in, or are you going to...
I can back it, yeah. Like, I mean, apart from seeing when he posts like 100 odd sets of whatever he's doing, I haven't seen much of Tamu's training, but big weight cut. So from that perspective, I do back it.
Yep.
Having a big potential strength drop off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good thing?
Yeah, just about the same. I don't really focus on the
big boys.
Love watching it though, but don't follow the boys.
Big round boys.
Yeah.
Big
all right,
man.
Well, that wraps it up. Obviously, there's a few hot takes in there. We'll see if I'm right, or if you guys are right, or if we're wrong on the comp day. But anyway, we'll leave you guys to it. We'll talk to you in our next episode, which will be released next week, because obviously we did two in 1 week, which is obviously throw us off schedule a little bit. But thank you very much for tuning in. Best wishes to all the Australian lifters. Thank you guys for coming in today and talking about our predictions and stuff like that. And looking forward to seeing you guys cheering on the Aussies on YouTube.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
See you all later.
See you guys. Thank you.